Jeff Young joins me now via Skype from Washington, D.C. To discuss the latest on Iraq. Jeff, thank you for joining us on The World today. Has the U.S. government responded to Iraq's request for airstrikes on the militants?
No, there are no U.S. airstrikes. There has been a tremendous amount of discussion in the White House about whether or not there should be airstrikes. So far, even though Baghdad has asked the United States to take action and to conduct the air missions, so far the United States is not committed to that. There is a problem with that because there is what's called civilian damage. You have to have flawless intelligence in order to conduct an airstrike and take out the bad guys without killing the innocent people. So far, the United States is not committed to that. However, we are expecting within seconds or minutes President Obama to take the podium in the West Wing at the White House to make a statement. I can tell you in advance what the essence of the statement is going to be. What we know now in advance is that he is expected to announce the deployment of 100 Special Forces troops. These are Green Berets, these are other Special Forces units from the U.S. military. Their mission is going to be to connect with Iraqi military battalions. They will advise them, they will help them conduct operations, they will help them with strategy, and they will also be conducting intelligence. We're expecting President Obama to confirm this shortly, but this is the advance information that we have at this time.
Jeff, about the number of special forces that will be deployed on the ground, will the U.S. intervention in any way, but this is just on the side, will U.S. intervention in the Iraqi crisis help in any way, considering that Iraqis and some other critics accuse the U.S. and U.K. for their intervention back in 2003?
I follow what you're saying, but I don't see that being the situation here. U.S. forces will not be conducting military operations. They're going to be used, the special forces are going to be used in an advisory capacity. It is truly up to the Iraqi military to stand up and fight and to conduct these operations on behalf of their own government. Yes, we have seen a failure in that so far. We are hoping, and all of us are hoping in the West, that the Iraqi military will indeed stand up and fight and defend their country. The United States so far has not committed to coming to the rescue like a fireman to a burning building. We will provide assistance, but it's not the same as the surge that we saw back in 2007 with tens of thousands of American troops flooding into the country.
But is the Iraqi government also open to help from other countries? Remember, Iran has also offered to help, and the Arab League is discussing already what they would be doing in the crisis.
I think that there have been a number of discussions. I am sure that the government of Iraq has had conversations with Iran. As to whether Iran would send regular troops, I'm not sure. We do have information that certain units of Iranian special forces, the Quds Force, may be providing assistance to government of Iraq military units. I have not heard of any of the Gulf countries committing to this. The problem with the Gulf and with Saudi Arabia is that they are Sunni dominated, and of course the government of Iraq is Nouri al-Maliki and the Shia. So there hasn't been a lot of support from Saudi Arabia and the Gulf countries. We'll have to see if anybody else is willing to commit. So far, there is no sense of commitment from NATO, for instance.
Well, thanks a lot, Jeff. I guess we'll have to leave it there. Jeff Young from the VOA in Washington, joining us from the U.S.